welcome to another stitch of the week. Let me see if I can straighten my camera out a little bit. So this week we'll be going back to the new crochet stitch dictionary. We are on stitch number 27, which is the last one on page 18. If you're new to this series or you're new to my channel, I am working my way through this book and showing you guys a tutorial on how to do each stitch. I do one every week, and they usually come out on Fridays. I will link in the description box where you can get this book, as well as where you can get these hand-sculpted crochet hooks. Now this particular one is a custom order that she did for me, but you can choose from a Susan Bates Clover or boy hook tip, and then she sculpts the handles. She's got a ton of different designs. I have so many that I've collected, and they range from I think $28 to $35. And then of course if you spend more than $35 you get free shipping in her shop. So there's that. I will link both the book and the hooks to you, or for you guys, if anybody is interested. So like I said, this week's stitch is number 27. It's one that I wasn't entirely sure how to work. You can see this book does not have any chart. Well, it does have a little small tiny chart, but there's not great instructions and the charts are very small. But we're going to be working on stitch 27, the little combs stitch. So this is the one I'll be working up and showing you guys how to do. Hopefully my book doesn't fall down. In regards to that, I did order a book stand and a phone stand so that we won't have that problem no more. Let's see if I can get my floppy book to work or fit in my little area here. The first thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to change it. We're going to chain an odd stitch count plus 1, which will be our beginning chain. And of course our starting chains do not count as stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 10, 15, 16. So that is 16 will give me an odd number plus 1. Now I did play around with this stitch a little bit, and personally if I were going to use this stitch in something, I would do a foundation row of single crochet first, but for now with this tutorial I'm just going to follow what's in the book. So what's in the book, we're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook for row 1. We're going to chain 1 and we're going to skip 1. And we're going to do that all the way across. Single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, or skip 1 chain. And if your stitch count or your chain count was right, you should end with a single crochet in the last chain. Okay, so this is what it looks like after row 1. For row 2, we are going to chain up 2 and turn our work. And in each one of these chain 1 spaces, we are going to be placing 2 half double crochets. And we're going to just do that all the way down. In each chain 1 space, we're going to place 2 half double crochets, and we're skipping these single crochets completely. So 2 half double crochets in the chain 1 space, skip the single crochet, and then 2 half doubles in the next chain 1 space. And we're going to do that all the way down until we only have 1 single crochet left. Okay, I've got a single crochet here, and then I've got 1 more chain space, so I'm going to go ahead and place 2 single crochets there. And then in the very last single crochet, we're also going to place a half double crochet. So this is what it'll look like after row 2. And as you can see, these big gaps down here, that is why I would do a foundation row of single crochet. If I were going to work this stitch up into, say, a garment, I would do a foundation row of single crochet just so that there wasn't this huge gapping down at the bottom. I don't really care for that. So for row 3, we're going to chain up 1. This time we are actually going to be working in between the posts of your half double crochets. So your first one is going to go in between your starting chain from the previous round and the last half double crochet. So your first single crochet is actually going to go right in here, and then you're going to chain 1. You're going to skip 2 half double crochets, so 2 half double crochet posts. Since we're working between the posts, it's going to be this one here, and you can kind of see them like there's a V here and a V here. Those are half double crochet posts, and you're going to skip both of those, and you're going to place a single crochet after that second one there, and then you're going to chain 1, and again you can see there's kind of a V here and a V here, and we're going to skip both of those posts, go in between right here in this hole here in between the posts, and place another single crochet. And we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do that all the way down the row, skipping these 2 posts and then single crocheting in between this post and this post. Chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, so I'm coming to the end of my row, and the last you can see I skipped these 2 posts and I placed my single crochet. I'm going to go ahead and chain 1. There is still 2 half double crochet posts here, and then there's the starting chain from the previous round right here. We're actually going to be placing the last single crochet between this starting chain and this post. So we're skipping this post and jumping into this space created between the starting chain and the last half double crochet of the previous round. So just like that. So this stitch is only a 2-row repeat, so from here we'll actually be repeating row 2, and in row 2 again all we're doing is placing half double crochets, 2 of them in each chain 1 space. So we're going to chain up 2, turn your work, half double crochet into the first chain 1 space, place a second half double crochet into the chain 1 space, skip that single crochet there, and place 2 half double crochets in the next chain 1 space. And we're going to do that all the way down. Last chain 1 space. In our last single crochet, we're going to go ahead and place a half double. So for row 3, again, chain 1, turn your work. That first single crochet goes in between your stitch here and your post here. So it's gonna go right here. That one's pretty easy to see. And then you're gonna chain 1, skip 2 posts, and jump into the next space between posts. Like I said, you're always gonna skip 2 half double crochet posts. This one and this one, and you're going to jump into the next one and place that single crochet and chain 1. And then when you get to the end of your row, you'll have 2 half double crochets with their posts, and you'll have a your starting chain from the previous round, and you're going to place your last single crochet between your starting chain and your last half double crochet. So this is what it's starting to look like. I'm going to go ahead and work up a few more rows, and I will meet back up with you guys here in a little bit and show you guys what my swatch looks like, and give you guys my thoughts on this stitch. Alright guys, so here is my swatch. So these are the gaps at the bottom that I was talking about that I don't really care for. I would have done, if I'm going to use this in a garment, which I would add a kind of a base row of single crochet, and then I would probably work this stitch up starting in the back bumps of the chain. I'm sorry, that didn't make any sense. I would work the single crochet foundation row in the back bumps of the chain so that there's kind of a base to work off of, just because I don't like this gapping down here. Now, I mean, like if it was a garment that had ribbing on it, I guess maybe it wouldn't matter too much. But I could see myself working this up in maybe a 2-weight yarn and doing a top out of it. I'm not gonna lie, it did take me a little bit to figure out how to do this stitch, because there is not, in the book, there's not very good instructions, they're not very good written instructions, and given that you're working in between the posts of the stitches, it was difficult for me to figure out where to place the stitches so that I kept my stitch count correct. It took me a couple of tries to do that, because I kept ending up with more stitches than I started out with. So it, you know, once I figured it out though, it was perfectly fine. I didn't have any problems, and it's actually a stitch that I would most definitely use for maybe a summer top. I say that I would use it a weight 2 yarn just because it does feel a little bit dense, even though there's, you know, little holes in the stitch. It feels a little bit dense, but you know, I live in Texas, and so it's warmer here. If I was gonna make a sweater out of it, you know, a weight 3, I'd use a weight 3. I probably would not do this stitch in a weight 4 though. You know, but anyways guys, that is the Little Combs crochet stitch. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and for those of you that are trying to use this stitch, I hope this helps you out. Yeah, I hope it provides some inspiration for you guys. If you guys enjoyed my content, please do me a favor, like this video, subscribe if you haven't done so already. I really would appreciate it. At the time of filming, I am actually only 10 subscribers away from 2,000 subscribers total. So yeah, I'm really hoping to meet that milestone soon. Anyways guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye!